So hopefully you've got Packet Tracer installed, and we're going to go over configuring this network. So I've laid out the devices, and that's as simple as coming down here and dragging out a PC, changing to network devices, dragging out a network, and then I've went ahead and labeled these. There's nothing configured yet, and so we're going to go ahead and go over that. Let me get rid of these. And so right now we would not be able to ping from this PC to the router. And so the way that I'm going to configure these is these two devices are going to be on this subnet. The PC will be .2, the router will be .1. And so we can see there's nothing configured on the PC right now. So we'll go ahead and set that up. And you go in settings. So for the default gateway, the way that I have this set up, it's going to be 192.168.1.1. And then we're going to set up the Ethernet port with 192.168.1.2. The /24, as you remember from the subnetting lecture, is going to be 255.255.255. So we're done with the PC for now. So to bring this link up, we're going to have to configure gig 00 on the router. So when we come in here, we're going to hit no. And now we're in the user mode of the router. So to enter the privilege executive mode, where we're going to be able to configure this, we'll type enable. And you can see it change from the greater sign to the number sign. And then configuration mode is configure terminal. So now you can see the config. Then we're going to enter the interface by typing interface gigabit ethernet 0/0. And we're going to need to set an IP address. So IP address 192.168.1.1. Type in the subnet mask. And then we need to turn it on as soon as we type no shutdown. We're going to see that link went green. So now what we can do is from this PC, we're going to go to the command prompt, ipconfig, and now we're getting replies from our default gateway, which is this router interface right here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So for this one, the gateway is going to be 10.0.0.1. We're going to use the second address, which is 10.0.0.2. Subnet mask, I left it as /8, so that's the default for a Class A network, which 10 is a Class A. Now we'll go ahead and configure. We're configuring gig 0 to bring the link up to the PC. And user mode, we're going to type enable. And we're in privilege exec. So one of the things you can do in a Cisco router is use the tab key. So if I don't remember a command type, if there's not another command that starts with that, you can go ahead and type in most of it and then hit that tab key, and also the question mark. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the use of that. So we're going to enter interface gigabit ethernet 0/0, and then for example, if I type in IP, it'll show you all these commands. We want address, and then it shows you in a somewhat cryptic way how we're going to do that. But the A.B.C, we're going to know that's an IP address number. So on this side, we're going to be 10.0.0.1. And if we do that, it tells you that you now need a subnet mask. So that's for Class A, 255.0.0.0. As soon as we type no shutdown to turn the interface on, we see that it goes green. Let's go back to this PC. ipconfig, we can see the configuration. And now we're getting replies from our gateway. We will not be able to ping across from the PC to PC yet, because as you can see, the routers, we need to turn these interfaces on and then they'll be able to ping, but then the routers will need a way to know where the other networks are. So that will be where our static route comes in. So let's turn on this middle link by interface G0/1. Same thing, IP address. We're going to do router 0, we're going to do .1, and a /30, which is often used for point-to-point links, is the last octet is 252. Let's go ahead and do no shutdown. And so as soon as we turn this one on, we're going to see that link come up as well. No shut. So we see this link is up. From this router, we will be able to ping router 0 at that .1 address. It has to send an ARP request. That's what that initial failure is. But currently, we have 3 links set up, and we'll be able to see this because from this PC, we will not be able to ping anything except our own router. So we'll ping that PC at 10.0.0.2, and we're going to get failures. So let's move across the network from this PC. We'll be able to ping 192.168.1.1. So that's good. Ping. Now we're going to ping this other interface at gigabit Ethernet 0/1. We can see that's good because this router knows where its interface is. Now, if we ping across, this router does not yet know where to send this traffic, even though it knows where 1.1.1.2 is. It does not have a route for this PC to get to it. So now we need to go into both of these routers, and we're going to set up the most simple route to just get it over there. And we're going to do that by entering the config mode. And we're going to do IP route. And just the same as a subnet mask of all ones is 255.255.255.255. For the routing table, all zeros just says anything. So anything that is an IP address is going to match this 0.0.0. And if we do the question mark, it's saying, okay, you have this default route. Now you can forward it to an IP address, to an interface, and we're going to go ahead and route that out gig/1. And we don't have a default gateway set up on this router. That's not going to affect this network, so we're not going to worry about that. And then on this router, we're going to do the same thing. So config T, IP route, we're going to set the default route with all zeros. And so this is setting a default static route. So anything that this router does not know where to send it, it's just going to send it out gigabit Ethernet 0/1. And now we will be able to see it's going to have to do its ARP request and get over there, but this will get that traffic to that PC. So we're going to get a failure. Now this router knows where to send it, and we're going to get replies. And so once it figured out and got the initial replies from PC1, it was able to forward it from PC0 to PC1. So if we do that again, now it's got it stored in its routing and ARP tables, and it can immediately send it. So that is a default static route. In this network, we can use that because there is nowhere else for this traffic to go. If there were multiple interfaces, then we would have to define what networks are where more concise, but with this one, all we need to do is send the traffic over that way. So that is a static route, and I hope you find this useful and informative, and let me know what you think.